Hello everyone. Hello, welcome back to my channel, The Cheryl Hubbard Show. Welcome back. Glad to see you. Glad to see you today. Yes, welcome back. So, I want to first give honor to God. And God, I want to thank you for waking me up this morning, starting me on my way. And I want to say blessings to all of you out there in YouTube land. Thanks for joining me, Cheryl Hubbard, the Cheryl Hubbard channel. And today, just a few little things, that I want to share with you in this video. Yes, I am Cheryl Arlette Hubbard Walker. Yes, and thanks for being here. So first, I want to just a couple of updates on, just a couple things to mention about the coronavirus. So we all, we are watching the news and we're watching the news on a daily basis. And you can also go, as I mentioned previously, on my YouTube video, go to the CDC's website, um, World Health Organization's website, Center for Disease Control's website, CDC, and you can check their site every day, and I'll try to give the best updates I can, on daily. And so the update I gave, well, not an update, but it's something that they have been telling us to do all the time is just wash our hands. Stay away from someone who's sick. If you're sick, they're saying stay home from school, stay home from work. So when we're washing our hands, we want to get our hands soapy as possible, 20 seconds, and then go all in between our fingers. And when you do your nails, you do like this. Have a lot of soap on your hand. You do your nails like this. Don't forget your thumb. And then the other hand, you get your nails. Don't forget to clean your thumbs all the way around like this for 20 seconds. All your fingers, in between, all around on both sides. And then, dry with a towel. And then they say it's best not to touch the faucet. But in public places, in public places you don't want, because in other words, you go out shopping and you have to go and use the bathroom. So, they're saying, I guess in that sense, they're saying, don't touch the faucet. But I guess if you're at home and there's no one sick at home, but, you still want to practice cleaning your faucets down, your counters, so I'm here by myself daily. So we don't, at this time, we're not entertaining no one, have no company. So it's good with this family. So just a couple of things that I picked up on the news yesterday and today. Mark Elrich and Montgomery counties, right here, Montgomery County, Maryland, and the mayor, they said they're declaring a state of emergency in Maryland because of three cases of the coronavirus. In Montgomery County. It said three travel-related cases. And they said we just have to be extra careful what we do to keep the virus contained. So they are in quarantine at their homes, I guess, and they are, keeping themselves quarantined at home so they won't have to go out, going out traveling, get no one else infected. And so the Montgomery County, the mayor, and the spokesperson and all the ones involved said they are working with the Department of Health. And then another thing they said, when you're using the the hand sanitizers, so they said the best thing to do is use soap and water. Soap and water is the best thing to clean your hands with. But if you're in the street and you have if you're in the street, you don't have you don't have access to soap and water, so hand sanitizer, carry a hand sanitizer in your pocket. So make sure it's 60% alcohol to make sure you are protected properly. So 60% alcohol. And then somebody was, on it. Well, I heard on the news where this one company was saying don't use vodka to clean your hands. So I don't know if somebody mentioned that, but I don't understand why they would mention that. But this is my hood, So sometimes, my throat gets dry when you're doing a lot of talking. And so I said, don't use Barker, so we know we're not going to use that. So we'll use, you know, our hand sanitizers that, make sure it's 60%, 60%, 60% alcohol. Because anything less than that would not be effective. So anything less than that would not be effective. And I think those are just a couple things I just wanted to mention. Just wash our hands daily after we use the bathroom. And they're telling people if they're sick, stay home from work. Stay home from school, stay home from work, and then they're getting this contingency plan together just in case they have any breakouts in the schools. They are getting things together so the children, um, high school students, elementary school students, they all, would be able to study at home. And they have a website that they can go to, and they can, do their work right online. So that's in the works, and also they have, hospitals are getting ready with their supplies in case they need them. Their masks and their, IVs and medicines that they may need, medicines that they may need to, help the ones that, are sick. And, so that's all I just want to mention those couple things, continue to wash your hands daily. We must continue to wash our hands daily, especially when we come out the bathroom, especially before we cook. Before we cook, after we cook, try not to have parties, and this is not the time to have parties. And a lot of concerts have been canceled by celebrities because of this fear of this coronavirus. They have canceled some of their concerts. I think Mariah Carey canceled several of hers. Cher canceled hers a couple of times. And continue to wash our hands, and when we use the bathroom, before you use the bathroom, after you use the bathroom, before you cook, after you cook, before you eat, after you eat, and then I had a doctor on the news today and was telling the public, so since we have to wash our hands so much, we want to be able to keep our skin from getting dry. So there are various moisturizers out on the market that you can get. And also the dermatologist, she was saying that if you have, your skin by washing your hands so much, your skin may get cracked. And if your skin is cracked anywhere, then that is a path for germs to get in through that outlet. Cracked skin, germs can get in, and that can make you sick too. So, so it's best to moisturize. So we won't have after washing our hands so much on a daily basis, we don't want those cracks to set in so germs can get in. And any opening in the skin, germs can get in and make you sick, because that is an entrance for bacteria and germs to enter into our bodies. So just a few things I wanted to mention. And so that's what I have today for the coronavirus. And and then I just want to talk about 20 secrets to getting the best deal on a new car. I have my little Lala, I always try to have this because it keep my keep me from my mouth, keep me lubricated on my lips and stuff. Mouth get dry, throat get dry. So 20 secrets to getting the best deal on a new car. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see what we have here today. Okay. Prepare for sticker shock and new car loan off. Okay, they have an average price of a new car. The average price of a new car, well, this is a different year, but the average price may have changed, so I won't quote the average price, but I will quote it. This is 2015, but the average price of a new car was $34,428. You should be able to get something cheaper now. But I know when I purchased my car in 16, it was 19,000. And right here they had 2015. Things have, I guess it depends on what type of car you get. So I would go with a 2000. When I purchased my 2016, it was 19,000 and some change. So I guess that was almost like, I think it was 19,500 or something like that. And then it says, however, it doesn't mean you have to spend that much to buy a new car. In other words, new car, I guess it depends on the type of car you want to purchase and the dealer that you are purchasing your car from. Because some dealers, like I know those little small little cars, I can't think of the name of them, but they cost, I think they was like 13 to 15,000 maybe. And they said only buy a car you can pay for with cash. But this is, if you might need to get it. I mean, that's what the article is saying. Buy a car that you can purchase with cash. But if you have money saved, like I said in my previous video, you have tax money put to the side, you have your work money, your job money, you have that put to the side. So you should be able to have a car finance. You don't have to only have it. You don't only have to pay cash. They said that's tough love advice. They said that's tough love advice, but there is good reason for it. You might need to settle for a lesser model, opt for used instead of new, or postpone your purchase to continue saving until you have the cash to buy. That's because when you pay interest on something that actively loses value, you are losing money in two directions. Kelley Blue Book used the following to illustrate the typical financing deal. In other words, they're saying only pay cash because, in other words, you can beat those interest charges if you get your car financed for 4 years. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have to pay interest. So that's why this article comes from the Las Vegas Review Journal. But I see good reason with that, but everybody can't really pay cash to buy their car. But if you pay cash and you save enough money, and you say, hey, I got 15,000 saved, I got 20,000 saved. It's not really that hard to save that much. If you put your mind to it, you can definitely beat those interest charges because if the car costs 20,000, you might, a $20,000 car straight up cash, you might be able to get it for 17.5 or something like that. With cash, they see once they see you about to pull out all that cash, they might say, hey, you can beat the interest charges, finance charges, and everything. And so if you don't buy with cash, get approved. Get approved. It said for those who can't or won't follow the above advice, at least get pre-approved for a car loan before heading to a dealer. Right? Get pre-approved for a car loan just like you do a mortgage. You get pre-approved for a mortgage. Get pre-approved for a mortgage before you even go out looking for your home, for a house. This will allow you to compare dealer interest rates to other available auto loan rates. So in other words, get pre-approved for a car loan, and this will allow you to compare dealer interest rates to other available auto loan rates. It will also aid in you being able to focus on the sales price during negotiations rather than the monthly payment. And furthermore, don't take out an auto loan for more than 48 months. Right, don't take it out no more than 48 months. So that's, 4 years? You don't take it out no longer than 4 years because you don't want to stretch it out because they're going to hit you with those interest charges every year. You're racking up interest charges because they said don't take it out no further than 4 years. It's right here, it says the longer the loan term, The worse the borrower tends to perform on paying it back, according to a recent Fitch Ratings report about auto loans. The longer the term of the loan, the worse the borrower tends to perform on paying it back. So in other words, right, it's so long, it's stretched out over 4 years, you're like, well, I'm still paying this back, really? So, you don't want to stretch it out too long. So, and then it says, also many personal finance gurus, including yours truly, advise that your monthly car payment shouldn't exceed 15% of your monthly take-home pay. And that assumes that you're not already overburdened with credit card and other consumer debt. Yep, more tough love advice. So don't let your car payments exceed 15% of your take-home pay. In other words, you work and you make a certain amount of money. Don't let the car payments be 15% of your take-home work pay. Don't let it be 15%. I guess they feel that's too high. So depending on what you're making, don't let it be 15% of your take-home pay. Do your homework and stay flexible. To paraphrase, only fools rush into a car dealership before doing their homework. Before heading to the dealer, research and know the car models that fit your needs. Do your homework. Get pre-approved for your car loan. Find out how much this car gonna cost. How much do all the figures before you get there. How much you have coming in, how much you have going out as far as your bills. Can you afford to get a car right now? You have any tax money put to the side? You have any savings put to the side? Give whatever little savings you have, you might be able to use that for a down payment. And don't use your trade in until don't mention the trade in until the end of the end of the conversation. So research and know the car models that fit your needs. Don't try to go get a car. Don't try to get a car that you know that you can't really afford, but you just want it because you like the way it looks and you think you look good in driving it, but you really know it's going to take you into debt. So don't limit yourself to only one make and model. Doing so can steer you head on into a bad deal, as it puts you at a negotiating disadvantage, particularly if the car you want is in short supply. Choose the right car for you. Think of your everyday needs, not occasional wants. So think of your everyday needs. What do you want to do? You gotta go to work. I don't know if you're gonna be driving to work. If you're driving to work, or you just needed to go grocery shopping, or taking the kids out, leisurely. Some people have a car. They don't drive to work. They may park their car and just get the train. But it depends on your needs and your wants. Don't let your wants overpower your needs. Because some people may need a larger car, some people may need a bigger car, depending on how big your family is. Example, if you only haul large items a couple of times a year, it might be more practical to rent a pickup truck when needed rather than drive a gas guzzler every single day. In other words, if you hauling equipment and that's your job, you hauling this and that, you might want to rent something just to do that on a daily basis, as opposed to buying a big truck that you're going to get financed and pay for, and it's going to take up a lot of gas because it's so big, but you do your work, you do your job in it, but it's not nothing that you should get financed because you will have to constantly keep putting a lot of gas in it. In other words, think about putting gas in it every day. A big truck like that, and you hauling stuff. Then you still got your monthly payment and your car insurance. Then you got your home bills, your rent, electric. You have kids, you have this and that to do. So so it says it might be more practical to rent a pickup truck when needed rather than drive a gas guzzler every single day. Once you zeroed in on makes and models that interest you, take the time, find out what other people are paying for similar vehicles. Websites like Kelley Blue Book, NADA, and TrueCar allow you to determine value based on what other shoppers have actually paid for similar vehicles. So in other words, you have a certain vehicle in mind. Check out Well, if you have any friends, see what kind of car they're driving, and then find out what they paid for them, and say, so um, find out what they pay for their car. If you like the particular car that they have, and because you don't want to get a car, and your friend or relative or somebody your neighbor or somebody have that same particular car, but they paid it, they got a good deal on theirs. But when you went to the car lot, you didn't, you end up paying 5,000 more than what they paid, or 2,000 more than what they paid. So they saying, if somebody with a car, the same type of car that you're about to get, find out where they bought their car at, and then if they bought their car at a certain car lot, then you go to that same particular car lot, they may give you a deal. Because if they refer you, they may refer you, and it says, find out the true cost of owning. How much does this car cost? Is a much different question than how much would it cost me to own that car. So how much does that car cost? So that's what that's what we definitely would want to know. That's the first question. There's a lot more to the equation than just the purchase price and any financing cost. So there is a lot more to the equation than just the purchase price and financing cost. The free online True Cost to Own tool on the Edmunds.com is an excellent way to get a clear picture of the total cost, including hidden costs for a specific make and model you're considering. Depreciation, insurance, fuel, taxes, fees, maintenance, and repair are among the costs factored into the equation. So, in other words, depreciation. That means depreciation means the value in the car, the value of the car will go down. Every year it goes down. Say, for instance, you went to a car dealership and you bought a car for 30,000, 20,000, 15,000. Every year it's going to depreciate probably about $1,000 a year. But so in other words, what they're saying is you pay 15, 20,000 for a car, and you take 4 years to pay for it. After 4 years, and that ain't gonna be worth. And not gonna be worth that 15, 20,000 in 4 years, because that's why they have you go check the Kelley Blue Book website. So in other words, the car you purchased for 15,000, you took 4 years to pay for it. It already depreciated 4 years. You paid for it for 4 years. It depreciated 4 years, so it may knock off more than $1,000 for 4 years. So that may be somewhere like $5,000. You pay 15 for it. You pay for it for 4 years. At $5,000, it'll be probably depreciated 5,000. And you try to sell it, you're gonna get probably about, if you pay 15, Kelley Blue Book will be about 10. After you take 4 years to pay for it, because it depreciated 4 years. Depreciation means the value went down in it. So that's what we learned in accounting, in our accounting class. So in other words, you paid 20,000 for it, and took 4 years to pay for it. The time you try to sell it, it's gonna be worth. You might get about 15 for it. Might be a little less. Then it depends on the condition. Depreciation, because there ain't no way that you're gonna buy a car for 15 or 20,000 and you pay for it for 4 years, and you still gonna get 15 or 20,000 for it when you sell it. Nah, they're gonna factor in the depreciation, the condition that the car's in. So we have to think about those things. Rent before you buy. A test drive in a dealership can be a lot like a first date. It's brief, exciting, and leaves you wanting more. It says if you're buying a new car, it's likely to be one of the bigger purchases of your lifetime. So it's a smart idea to consider renting a comparable model for a week, just to make sure you're truly in love before you buy one of your own. So in other words, you got a car, you go to car lot, and you see a car that you like, that particular car that you like. In other words, the article is saying rent that same particular car for a whole week that you are concentrating on buying, and to see if you really like it. See how it feels, see how it drives before you commit yourself to just go to the lot and hand the man your money and make your deal and get the keys. and walk away, drive away. So go somewhere to Hertz or somewhere and rent that same particular car that you so in love with. You say you so in love with. I mean, I wish I would have did something like that. But that's cool because I still like my car. I love my car. You know, I had it almost 4 years now, so I love my Toyota Corolla. So I always consider the difference with me is I always loved the Corolla, Toyota Corolla. So I always knew that if I ever had a chance to get a car, that's the car I was gonna get. And I had the opportunity, and they told me to pick out any car I wanted, so that's what I wanted because I had already had it in my mind. But according to the article, it said that if just to make sure you are sure, rent a car for a week, the same particular car that that have your interest. You're interested in buying this particular type of car, then rent one for a week, one just like it, and see how you really like it. And then after that, if you say, hey, well, you know what, shit, I want this is what I want, then go back to the dealership. So that's, so it says, time. The next one, timing. Timing is key. Typically, end of the year sales are usually the best possible time to buy a new car. I always say that at the end of the year. The end of the year, like around Christmas time, first part of New Year's. That's when a lot of deals come about. As dealers try to meet year-end goals and unload last year's models, they try to unload last year's models. So they try to get rid of last year's models before the new year come in. So in other words, around New Year's, at the end of December, around Christmas time, you know that you see all them commercials on TV, and that's when they try to get us. You also find that cold weather means fewer shoppers walking the car lots. So any winter month and colder climates means you reap the benefit of low demand, according to Financial Services Company and Auto Lender USAA. It's wise to do your car shopping early during the week. At the end of the month, you also have a better chance of finding a salesperson who is anxious. It is anxious to get the last sales necessary to meet end of the month quotas, according to car buying website autotrader.com. So they're gonna give you top flight customer service because these cars they're trying to get rid of, and they say shop early during the week. Sometimes you shop early during the week, early in the morning, while a lot of people be at work. That's how I do my grocery shopping. Really? Yep, that's how I do. Go early in the morning. A lot of people at work, kids at school. Look for older dealer inventory. Unless you're looking for just a particular new car. Dealers need to turn over their inventory as quickly as possible to stay in business. Like they have a certain amount of cars on the lot, a certain amount of cars they may come to their, that they may purchase, during the year. And they be trying to get rid of them at a certain point in time. You can often spot these cars from afar by looking for odd paint colors or dirt, dust in places car washes often miss, like under the spoilers. Once you think you found one, look inside the driver's door jamb and read the manufacturer date on the vehicle. Look inside the door jamb and read the manufacturer date of the vehicle. So see when that vehicle was manufactured. If it's more than 3 or 4 months old, the dealer will probably be very motivated to sell it, according to the realcartips.com, a car buying advice website. Another option for finding slow to sell vehicles is to search dealer ads at cars.com and filter results by listing date. So in other words, look inside the door jamb when you're out at the car lot looking at these cars. Look inside the door jamb, look at the date, and see when this car was manufactured. So a lot of times, the later the date, the sooner they're gonna be trying to sell, and you might get a better deal that way too. So I never thought about that. So this is good information for me as well. Yeah. So this is very good information. And the next one is car shop at membership warehouse stores. Believe it or not, you can buy a new car with a no-hassle price through Costco. Really? Sam's Club and BJ's Wholesale Club. They've already negotiated prices in advance. So this is particularly useful if you don't enjoy negotiating. You can find your vehicle online and make an appointment with a nearby participating dealership where you can buy your new car for the prearranged price. So it says, believe it or not, you can buy a new car with a no hassle price. New car. Oh, you can buy a new car with a no hassle price through Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's Wholesale Club. They've already negotiated the prices in advance. So they're telling you check out. So I don't have a website on it, but it says you check out Costco's and Sam's Club, BJ's Wholesale Club. So I didn't know that I didn't know that they were in the car business as well. And avoid most options. Most options and upscale trim. Most options and upscale. Let me see. Most options and upscale trim levels do not hold their value. Do not hold their value well when it comes time for resale, according to Auto Trader. Most options and upscale trim levels do not hold their value well when it comes time for resale. Say this is particularly true of check options, which go out of date quickly and might require subscriptions. Chances are you won't really use most of those options anyway, like wipers on the headlights. Also avoid buying any non-factory options as well. Dealers like to tack add-ons to new vehicles as a quick way to pad their profits. So you don't really need a lot of add-ons. Don't get a lot of add-ons if you don't really need them. They try to add on this little this and this little that to jack up the price. You can find it cheaper elsewhere. You can even buy an extended warranty elsewhere for less than the one the dealer is probably trying to sell you. You can buy extended warranty somewhere else because that dealer of that particular car is trying to give you an extended warranty for so much money. And also, in my previous video I just did, I believe it was yesterday, I found out also that you buying a car from a particular car dealership, and I already know that you don't have to get it financed through the same dealership that you buying the car from. You might be able to get another finance company to finance your car at a lower interest rate than the car dealership that you're going to purchase the car from. So, but they might not like it, and they might try to give you a jacked up deal. But you can always walk out and say, no, that's too much. I don't want that. So let me read on. Then also say, stick with the stick. It says if you're in the market for a dependable used car, look for one with a manual transmission. That's the outside world. Fewer Americans even know how to drive a stick anymore. So with a decreasing market among drivers, you're likely to score a sweet deal on a used manual vehicle. Yeah, I would rather get a manual. I don't want no stick, but it says stick with a stick. No, I will go ahead and get me. I don't want. Plus, when compared to their automatic transmission counterparts, manual transmission cars have traditionally been lower in price. Manual transmission cars, they usually are lower in price. They get at least marginally better gas mileage, and they generally require fewer and less costly brake transmission repair. In fact, for my book, The Cheapskate Next Door, I calculated that you could save as much as $30,000 during the course of your driving lifetime just by only owning manual transmission vehicles. And it's on now. It says opt for smaller diameter wheels. Big wheels with tiny tire sidewalls are all the rage these days. However, they'll cost you a pretty penny more on your new car. And larger, heavier wheels will cause the fuel economy to suffer as well, according to Car and Driver. Big wheels with tiny tire sidewalls. So in other words, it's saying opt for cars with small tires because big wheels Big wheels with the tiny tire sidewalls are all the rage these days. However, they'll cost you a pretty penny more on your new car. So in other words, a car with, big tires, big wheels is going to cost a little more. So I like a car, a small car with small tires. When it's time to replace the tires, it's likely that your replacement tires will be pricier. Will be pricier too. So size does matter, and in this case, smaller is the way to go. And buy at or below invoice price. Many car buyers assume that the invoice price is the dealer's cost for the vehicle. Therefore, you need to offer more than that for the vehicle. Not true. In some cases, dealerships are offering various additional incentives for selling certain vehicles that can still make it profitable for them to sell at or below invoice price, according to Auto Trader. So check out Auto Trader. You can also get other information. Try negotiating by email. Okay, try negotiating by email. Negotiating by email also allows you to shop and compare with several different dealerships at once. Try to negotiate by email. While avoiding the high pressure sales tactics you often get when you're sitting face to face in a dealership, once you negotiate a price that you're satisfied with, take the quote to any other dealer and see if they will match it. Yeah, right. That's a good idea. Uh, Shop by email. Get you a quote. You believe it. You like this dealership and you like the car that you saw at this particular dealership. Get a quote by email. So once you get that quote, they can't go lower than that. They can't go lower and they can't go higher because they want to, there's a quote. So the quote will stand up. So, but what they're saying is, according to the article, if you get a quote from this particular dealership, and then you take that same quote to another dealership, and don't show them your quote. Just take that quote and then see what they can offer you for the same type of car. So if they can give you a lower quote, then you in business. So in other words, you get a quote through the email. A lot of times now you can buy your car right online, and all they do, they tell you to come on in. You can sign up, apply for your finance, your finance company, apply with your finance company right online with your car, and then you can So once that is approved, and then they saying get a quote, get pre-approved for a car loan, get a quote, and do all that right online. Take that quote, to another dealership and see what price they will give you. So in other words, you're comparing prices. You have that quote from one dealership, take that quote to another dealership. Same thing, the same thing that we do. Same strategy we take and do when we buy clothes, when we getting our hair done, when we, this and that. We use the same strategy, so nothing wrong with that. Another one, 14 attitudes count. If you do negotiate face to face, be nice to the salesperson. Compliment him or her on their knowledge of cars, work ethic, etc. It might be their job to be nice to you, but if you treat them well in return, they're more likely to help you get a good deal. If asked, tell the dealer you are buying today. This makes it easier for them to justify offering their best discounts and spend time with you. So make them think that you're going to buy a car today, and then they'll give you a better deal. But they figure, you know what, I'm going to close this sale today. Just like buying a house. I'm going to close this deal today. I'm going to close the sale today on this car, So when you tell them that, then they treat you better. They may give you a better deal. And number 15, tread carefully with your trade-in. Treat the new vehicle purchase price and your trade-in as two separate negotiations. I always say that. This doesn't mean, let's see. This doesn't mean you should lie and not tell the salesperson about the trade. Instead, by kindly asking to discuss the trade, and separately, it can help you avoid getting overwhelmed with numbers and dealer sales tactics. If your existing car is in good condition and has any significant value, trading in your car at the dealership will only get you a nominal portion of its potential value, according to a car buying website, CarsDirect.com. Check them out. With the benefits of today's internet sales tools, it's worth the time and hassle to sell your well-maintained used vehicle yourself. So it said, with the benefits of today's internet sales tools, it's worth the time and hassle to sell your well-maintained used vehicle yourself. Right, and that way you can see the money coming to you. Because if you go and take your car, if you take your car as a trade-in, and then they putting all these figures down, and you trading in your car, so you might always I have always been kind of leery of that. I would rather take my car and sell it. That way I can see the money in my hand, and then I can take that money that I get from the car, my car that I sold, take that to the car lot and use that as my down payment. But when you say, "Oh, I got this trade in," and they working the figures around, and they might beat you out your car. I mean, I really, I'm not saying that they will, but I would rather sell my car straight out than take their money and then go to the car lot, then go to the car dealership. Don't bluff, really walk away. And okay, if negotiations turn sour, don't just threaten to leave the dealership. Actually do it. Car salesperson here. Car salesperson here. This threat. When a car salesperson hears this threat a lot and don't give it much credits until tell you out the door. So in other words, if the deal is too much or too high, and then don't be afraid. Walk on out the door. Say, you know what? It's too much for me, and I'll see you later. So you already know when you going in how much you want to spend on this particular car. Just like you want to, just like buying anything else. You go shopping, grocery shopping, clothes shopping. A lot of times we know our budget. We know exactly what we want to spend. It says, don't bluff, really walk away. It says my mother-in-law had a specific cash limit she wasn't willing to budget for the purchase of a new vehicle. Said professional personal finance blogger Alan Turner. The sales manager would not agree to the amount she was willing to pay. So the sales manager would not agree to the amount she was willing to pay. Um, so we left the dealership. So they left. They wasn't trying to come down off their price. They wasn't agree. They didn't want to agree with what the family was going to pay. So then it says 60 minutes later, the salesperson texted, and suddenly the dealership was willing to drop the price by $1,000 and agree to her price and take her trade in. Yep. So see, she walked away, and then she walked away because they wasn't willing to sell her. They wasn't willing to sell her the price that she wanted to pay for the car, and she walked away. But they texted her back and told her, we're gonna drop the car $1,000, and come on back and get the car. So sometimes you gotta play games with them too. Gotta play games with them too. We use our walkaway power to get the deal she could afford. He said, your best weapon in getting the best deal on a car purchase are your feet. And then you can walk on away. No, you don't have to agree. If it's too much and you can't afford it, because there's so many different car dealerships out there. And the next one, hold your smartphone while negotiating. Use your smartphone to verify market value and financing terms when you're negotiating. You're a lot less likely to hear false claims from the salesperson when they know the Kelley Blue Book are instantly within your reach. Now, if you got your phone with you, your smartphone, you're running it, you're being smart. You can look up the Kelley Blue Book while you're right there negotiating your car deal. When they're giving you certain prices and they think you don't know what's going on, you got your smartphone with you. You can look up the Kelley Blue Book on the car that you are trying to purchase, So you have to be ready when it comes, do your research. It's like anything else. Because there's always somebody that's trying to beat us out of our money. They don't mean no harm. They're just doing their job. But, if you can't afford it and they say no, they come to you, or me or anybody. Hey, you don't want, if that's too much, and you have bills, you have other things to do. That's why I say, look at your income coming in every 2 weeks. You have any tax money, you have anything put to the side. See, we have to know what we have to pay out. On a monthly basis. Everybody has to pay rent, electric. You have to buy food. You have kids, and you gotta know what you have that you can spare, what you have set aside that you have allocated for that car. You know what type of year you want. You know what type of money you're trying to spend. But you're not trying to go in debt. Refuse to pay full price for options you don't want. Most people buy cars directly off the lot, so it's unlikely that the vehicle you're looking at will have only those features you actually want. This can work to your advantage in getting some extras thrown in at a bargain price. For example, I was in the market for a small manual transmission pickup truck a few years ago, but the dealer only had automatic transmission trucks in stock. Of course, he tried to convince me of the merits of a more expensive automatic transmission truck. I countered with my arguments that a stick shift is actually a superior vehicle, even though I secretly knew that my wife wanted an automatic. In the end, he discounted the vehicle to closer to the cost of a manual transmission car, which made me somewhat happier and my wife much happier. Yep. Ask the dealer to throw in little extras. It doesn't hurt to ask for smaller things like a set of floor mats or an extra key fob once you've negotiated the price. In other words, once you negotiate the price, it doesn't hurt to ask for an extra key. Try asking right before signing. Try asking before you sign the papers. Hey, you got an extra key? I know when I got my car, I got 2 keys, so I didn't even have to ask. Read the paperwork before signing. It's not uncommon to find mistakes with the math. That was the case when my friend and colleague went shopping for a car. He bought a new car and read the numbers and found that with all the fancy math they actually miscalculated the out the door price. Oh yeah, they actually miscalculated. So in other words, check all the figures before you leave, and that's the last one. So that is try to finish that on up. Yep, hood. So yeah. So check. So that was 25. I was 25 tips in buying a 25 tips in purchasing a new car. So yeah, that was 25, but it say 20 secrets to getting the best deal on a new car. So those are the secrets. So in other words, you got a car, get if you don't have your own money, get pre-approved for a car loan, just like you would do a mortgage. So in my previous video, I was talking about how you get pre-approved, get pre-approved for a mortgage loan. Get pre-approved that way, instead of going out there and looking for a house, and it's just like having no money. It's just like having no credit card or no money in your pocket. Get pre-approved first. So you want to do the same thing with a car. Unless you have your own money, you say, hey, you know what? I got my own money. Because see, with a car, you can negotiate. Well, you can still get it financed. You can get it financed, and but you have your car, your pre-approved. You get pre-approved for your car loan, and they may say, for instance, you try to buy a car for 20,000, trying to finance it, it may be 26 when they finish. So, but you have any money saved up, you have you have any taxes that you have, any tax money that you have put to the side, you have your have some money from your job. You say, hey, I'm gonna put down let me put down 10,000 on a $20,000 car, so you have 10,000 balance. By the time they finance it, it may still be 16, but you already put 10,000 down for your down payment. So get it financed. So get a pre-approval car dealership loan, from a finance company. And like I said previously, you don't have if you don't finance it through the same car dealership that you buying your car from, then they might be upset. They might give you a better raw deal. So but that is the lesson for today. That is the information for today. So I want to say thanks for joining me today, and hope to see you back here again. Same place, same time, same channel, the Cheryl Hubbard Show. And so I wanted to do some research so I can, think about what my next video would be about. But this was some good information, In other words, then also, I did a video previously on, purchasing a home. You want to buy a home, you go to the county clerk's office and, look for those houses, those foreclosed home listings. Foreclosed home listings, you go look for those, and houses for sale by owner. But if the owner foreclosed on a house, then maybe the 9 times out of 10, the financial institution, they will be the ones that you need to talk to, because they are the ones that foreclose on a home. So you make a deal with them. You make a deal with the bank or the credit union, whoever foreclosed on that home. But the owner may no longer have authority into selling their home. So the finance company, in other words, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, GMAC, or whoever financed their home, you have to deal with them. So down at the county clerk's office, probably give you a listing of those foreclosed houses and probably other homes too. So do it that way, and then so get your home, get that pre-approved mortgage loan, so you get the whole home finance. Cause I know I had looked at this home one time. I was just riding around, and me and my family, we saw a couple houses, and it says the sign in the yard said for sale by owner. So it wasn't in foreclosure, but it was just for sale by owner. But then I talked to the owner, I called the number, and he said, well, the person that purchases the home, they will have to get the bank to finance the whole house, the whole total amount of the house. I said, okay, that sounds cool. So that was that. But so in other words, if you see homes with the foreclosure sign in the yard, then you can look at that number and call that, check out that number and see where, take it from there. You want to make an appointment to maybe go visit the house. Make an appointment to visit the house and see, if any work needs to be done, because HUD has a lot of programs, home repair programs, low down payment programs, mortgage, down payment, mortgage payments, down payments of the home, repairs, closing. They have closing cost programs. So you check with HUD. I guess HUD.com. And so I want to say thanks for joining me today. And I'm so glad that you joined me today. So I finished my little probiotics. I bought a large supply of these, so I won't have to keep running back to the store. But these are good and keep you from eating a lot. Keep you from eating a lot, and it has a lot of nutritional value. And then sometimes if you want to drink these, you can also make you a salad, a nice turkey sandwich. A nice salad with some avocados in there, some whatever you want. Plenty of green, spinach and lettuce, tomatoes, avocados. Your little salad, and you can drink one of these, and then your lunch, a nice lunch. Or even if you don't want a salad, you get you a nice turkey sandwich and a nice tuna fish sandwich, a glass of water, a glass of orange juice. Get some nice spring water. But I want to say thanks for joining me today, and I hope to see you back here again. Same place, same time, same channel, the Cheryl Hubbard Show. And I want to say you all have a good one.